Yeah, the first one is I'm so bad at listening. And I can tell you one reason why, if I really think hard enough. I'm convinced that I either have ADD, or I'd like to say that my brain runs like a million miles per hour, you know? So things out. So sometimes people will be trying to either make a point, teach me something, or like share something new, you know? And I like to cut them off and see if my little assumption was right or not. I don't know why. It makes me happy if I can gather the point or the message before they end their sentence. Mind you, I'm not like proud that I cut them off and stuff like that. I don't know. There's something about it that I enjoy. It's wrong for me to cut people off like that, because not only am I simply assuming, meaning I could be dead wrong, but it just seems like a rude thing to do, you know? Why would I ask somebody something or bring something up if I'm not even willing to listen? For what it's worth, even the times that my little assumptions are correct and I convey to the other person that their message was received or the point they're trying to make was well taken, it's still a bad habit. And it's funny because I even do this during text messages too. I'm so crazy. Well, I have a few other reasons why I do it. One of them is because, like, outside of social media and aside from this quarantine, concerning real life or being in the real world, it's hard to find people that are willing to engage in deep and in-depth conversations. And then especially at length. Honestly, for myself, I like to average anywhere between 2 to 6 hours of conversation when I'm talking to somebody, preferably. So you can imagine that doesn't happen often, but when it does, I can't explain it. I just get overly excited, you know? So part of it is feeling starved for that, not so much attention, but that engagement. Yeah. The second one is, it sounds extreme, but I'm probably just being hard on myself. So what this one is basically judging people and stereotyping them without getting to know them. And actually, honestly, this kind of applies to people that I have gotten to know as well. I think I mentioned this in another episode, but yeah, music, movies, and television played a big role in the way that I would perceive people from specific cultures or different walks of life. Stuff I didn't really know much about, you know? And I'm over here with my limited knowledge that I just like to figure things out and solve them, even if I'm not given much information. So concerning people that I've never met, or if I'm meeting them for the first time, I should say, it's so wicked, based on what? And anything. Body language, tonality, what they're wearing, and I hate to confess, but their ethnicity. Like, I just put these pieces together to see, you know, what they're about, and it's so stupid, it's so unfair, and it's so ignorant. Trust me, I'm kind of aware of it, but it's a habit. So when I say that it's an extreme, hell no, fuck no. Like, I'm not so messed up that I will express these things outwardly. To be very specific, what I'm talking about is just what goes on in here as the interaction's going on. That's, maybe I'm overthinking it, but, and I don't even know if it's possible to eliminate those thoughts, but it's something that I would like to work on. So the reason why I want to take this to an extreme and somewhat like carry this into my thought process, which as I'm speaking out loud, it's kind of weird because the fact that I have an ego in the first place just automatically tells me that like negative thoughts or like improper thoughts are going to go on regardless. I mean, of course I'll keep them in check, but I'm just saying that shit's just going to pop up anyway on its own. But I would like to figure that out, maybe find a way to work on that at least, because there's the reality of who this person is and how the engagement is going, or the conversation or the interaction, if you will. there's a reality of that. And what I don't like is when this experience or this exchange happens internally in my mind, it gets very, very fucking warped by my perceptions, maybe even my biases, just my preferences. I feel like they distort the absolute reality that is, or I should say maybe even the absolute truth that is there. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to explain, but as the experience enters my mind, it just gets distorted or misinterpreted or mistranslated based off literally my entire perception of things, which is not fair. I mean, everyone's different, so my reality is not someone else's, and it would only be fair and proper to treat somebody based on what is true and what is real. Hope that makes sense. Ooh, the third one. Yeah. It's a big deal. So this third one is actually a little backstory, is as much progress as I've made in my life, psychologically, spiritually, religiously, everything you see that I've shared so far on this channel, this is one of my very last negative habits or negative mindsets. And basically what it is this, it's just the way that I talk to myself. I still call myself a piece of shit, a loser, like you amount to nothing. I mean, I'm looking at my house right now, freaking 33-year-old living at home, stuff like that. But so where this habit came from was so early on, and to be honest, I don't want to let it go till this day. I really don't. And just straight up, the reason why I keep this mindset or this habit is because what I want more than anything in life is to keep my ego in check. Just straight up. And I know that's a pretty general thing to say, but here, let's break it down a little more. I always, if I can, I want to remain humble, modest, and stuff along those lines. To press this further, the last thing I want is to come off as conceited, cocky, overconfident, pompous, just something of an elevated nature. You know, I don't ever want to be perceived as someone that isn't on the same level of the person that I'm talking to. Or, I mean, unless, you know, in time, like, it proves itself otherwise. But so I would rather have people just straight up tell me, like, oh, that's not true, don't say that to yourself. I'd rather have them, like, somewhat baby me or correct me. I'd rather have them do that than say, fuck, that guy's kind of an asshole. Who the fuck does he think he is? Or does this guy think he's better than me in any way? Like, I feel so strongly about that I don't want to project that persona, image, whatever you want to call it. So if I keep myself in the shits down here, I feel like I'll always have something to, like, look forward to or, you know, like, move up towards. For example, if I told you all that I'm the shit and that I'm up here, what is there to learn? You know, all you're doing is just, like, you think there's nothing to be done in life. Like, maybe there's not anything else to be worked on. I'm afraid to get stagnant is basically the reason why I keep myself down there. It's some sort of twisted motivation, but it works for me. You know, when I say that you need to work on this, you need to work on that, like, well, shit, well, then I'll get to work, as opposed to being not overly proud, but just proud. I feel like I'm more likely to just rest and chill and be like, nah, well, things are going good in that area. You don't need to work on it. But so originally I started this channel in December of 2018. And if you look at my page now, it's kind of small. And if you scroll down, it's kind of recent. My dumbass actually restarted all over again. So dumb, but I don't really want to go into that. My point is that I have been blessed and lucky to have met so many cool people online. It's ridiculous. The people on Instagram that have either found me or I found them through my blog channel. These fucking people are crazy. And I mean that in a nice way. Let me finish. You fucking people, man, you really fucked up this last barrier that I have. And what I mean by that is I've been thrown so much positive affirmations, compliments, like just overall so much nice shit that people say to me that I almost started believing it. Like it's so hard to explain, but like I said, it's a very big deal because this is one of the very last negative things that I need to work on in my life. Other than that, if you were to make me right now think about what I can like seriously work on or what's wrong with me, I don't know, but I know that this one is for sure. So you know what, you guys, I feel like I have this brick wall up, this last fucking barrier. And you motherfuckers are over here breaking that shit down piece by piece, little by little, but you got through. And I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you all straight up that, like, I've been brought to tears at least realistically 2 or 3 times for sure. But I've been brought to like a foggy eyes quite a few times because I can feel myself really not wanting to let go of that last bit. And it does have to do with my identity and where I've come from and everything I've been through. There is a part of me that doesn't want to let go of that past. I call it my like demon identity. I really don't want to part ways with that. And the truth is I won't. And maybe someone will even tell me straight up like, nah, dude, it'll always be there and so on and so forth. But yeah, I can't exactly describe it perfectly because it's kind of like an ongoing problem. But I do want to say thank you. I suppose that's all I have for now. So just like a quick review, the 3 things that I really wanted to work on for myself was being a better listener, stop judging people if you don't really know them that well or you haven't got the chance to know them. Stop judging people before you get a chance to know who they really are. And the third one is the way that I put myself down when I'm alone. Or actually shutting down compliments. It's just stuff like that. Talking to myself negatively. Yeah, thanks for watching.